Hello everyone, this is Chandra Sekhar Bijibilla from Coding Tutor. As part of React.js series, today we are going to focusing data table. How to use data table we are going to observe. The main use of data table is easily you can able to use pagination, column based sorting, right? And you can able to use filter and easily you can able to select the rows also. So today we are going to see basic data table how to implement. Okay, so for that purpose I'm going to creating steps. So notepad I'm opening. If you are going to following this steps easily you can able to implement. Okay, I'm giving the heading is React.js plus data table application development steps. What is the first step? We need to create a React.js project, right? So how to create React.js project? Step number one. So wherever you are going to create the React.js project, first go to your workspace. That means your location, all React projects where you are going to storing. That is nothing but a workspace. Open the command prompt. Within the command prompt, you can give the command. So first step, create a React.js project. So command prompt level, you need to give npx create react app. Here I'm going to using data table app. Whatever the name you want, you can give it. That's the first step. Step number two, switch to the project location. So how to switch to the project location? We need to give cd space data table. What are the project name you are given? That name you need to provide here so that you can go to the particular location. After that, if you want to see the folder structure, you need to use code space dot. Okay, open the project into VS Code. So, for example, data table app. Okay, your code space dot you can give, automatically it is opening to the VS Code. Okay, next, once it is done, we need to install React data table npm. So how to install? First you need to know the npm command, right? So step number 4, install React data table component. So how to install? We need to give the command, right? npm command. How to get that command? See here, I'm opening the browser. Within the browser, I'm going to give npm React data table component. You need to search like this. Whenever you are going to searching, you can get the npm command. See this one? Here command is npm space I react data table component is there, right? This is the command I'm copying here. And go to your command prompt and you need to provide the command. So this is the way I'm copy paste that command. Okay. Once it is done, go to the step number 5. Create a product component. Create a product component within src components folder. Okay, so once I'm going to create the component, within that I'm going to define what kind of columns are required, what kind of data is required, and how to use the data table. Within the data table level, what kind of attribute I need to use, I will explain that one. Okay, so for time saving purpose, first command already done. See this one. Just new project is created. Okay, here d is small I'm given, whatever you can give, not a problem. So first step is over. Second step is I'm going to apply here cd space data table, data table hyphen app. Third step is code space dot. I'm opening that project into the VS Code. It is opening. So once it is done, afterwards, what is required? We need to install. React data table component. So that one I'm going to focusing. This is the command, right? So go to your command prompt and provide that one. Press enter. It is going to install. So if you want to see bootstrap also, yes, you can give another kind of command also. So this is the command we are going to say. This is the fifth and this is the sixth. 4 I am going to adding another step. Install bootstrap. How to install the bootstrap? Data table hyphen app. Here you need to use npm I space bootstrap so that it is going to install the bootstrap. Whenever you are installing the bootstrap, you need to add import statement in the index.js. Note, add the following import statement into index.js. What is the import statement? Import single quotations level. We need to provide bootstrap slash distributed slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. So this kind of import statement, previous application also we are already done, right? So here I'm going to using npm space I bootstrap. So this is also done. Order is not at all a problem. First you install the React data table, after that bootstrap, not a problem. Okay. So once it is installed, go to your index.js. Expand is src. Go to the index.js. Here we need to attach import statement. Import single quotation level bootstrap slash distributed slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. After that, put the semicolon. So this is the index.js bootstrap capability purpose. Next step is what? We need to create a src level one folder. How to create? So this one components. Within that, I am creating simple component product.js. Here array type of function is required, RAFCE. Press enter. It is going to get like this. Okay. So once you are getting here, I need to define my data table level. What kind of columns are required? That columns I need to define. How to define? Constant columns equal to array type I am going to define. Here we need to use flower bracket name colon. I want to see ID. After that, comma. We need to get this ID and display, right? So that's the reason here I need to provide another kind of one is selector. Here we need to use selector colon. After that, row array type function we are going to define here. Row dot ID. This row based also, if I want to sort in the data table level, we can use sortable. We can specify here sortable. How we are going to specify here? Sortable. So in this particular point of time, why I'm going to using this kind of things, you may not get clarity, but once it is running, what is the meaning of sortable? You can get the clarity. Okay. So please follow this one. Once it is done, again I'm come back to here and explaining all these kind of keys. Okay. True. That's it. This is the way we need to define. Next, I need to create another kind of one. Open the flower bracket. Name colon. Here I need to specify what? Product name. Again, comma, selector, colon, here row, array type of function, row dot name. We are going to define. Row based also, that name based also, if you want to sort this one, sortable. You need to say sortable true. Okay. So next quantity, comma. Here we need to define name colon quotations level QTY. I'm going to define shortcut. Okay, you people are understood, right? QT means quantity, but better to use quantity full name whenever you are going to practice it. Next, selector. Here we need to provide row and array type of function row dot QTY. Okay. Next, we need to provide here quantity based also. If you want to sort, you can use sortable colon true. Okay. Next, quantity is over. After that, we need to define name colon. Here we need to provide what? Price, comma, selector colon row array type of function row dot price. We need to specify price. So this is also sortable. You can specify sortable colon true. This is the way first you need to define columns array. So Control S, save, Alt Shift F, indentation purpose. I'm going to define like this. So this is the way what we need to do. We need to define here all columns. What kind of columns are required? You need to define. Next one is I need to display the data. Column heading shows okay, array were defined, but I want to see the data also, right? That is the purpose. Why I'm going to define is this is a static kind of way. Here main goal is data table how to use. So that the reason some data is required. For that purpose, what I need to do, I need to create a one more array, data equal to array type. I'm going to define. Within that, I need to define what kind of objects are required, right? What kind of data is required. You can able to specify. Otherwise, you can use some kind of state data, and within that also you can able to define that data also you can able to use. Okay. So either one is also okay. Instead of going to define here like this, you can able to define here. You can able to define here constant data comma set data equal to use state. Use state you can define within that array. Within that array you can define the array of product objects. So here we need to provide id. Okay, id colon 1 comma. Next one is what? Name colon. I'm going to define some product name. Let us assume ABC, comma, quantity. Here I need to define some 20. Next, price, colon. I need to define here some 200. Okay. So this is the way we are going to define object. This is one object. So like that, I want to create a couple of objects. So I'm going to copy this one and paste here. This is the latest assume 2. I'm going to providing PQR. This is some kind of way 30. This is 250. Right. So I'm going to give another one. This is a 3. And I need to provide here some 40. And I'm going to providing this is a 350. So like that couple of objects I'm going to creating. Okay. So name also here I'm going to define X, Y, Z. Here is I'm going to providing A, and we need to copy here another one. This is the 5. Name I'm going to providing some BB, right? So why? Because I want to see pagination. So that the reason couple of objects I'm going to creating here. Okay, 6. and this is the CCC, and I need to provide some 30. Here is 240, right? And we need to provide seventh one, and I need to provide here DDD, and we need to give some 12, and I need to provide 120. That's enough. Okay. So this is the way we are going to define objects. Based on this data, based on these columns, I'm going to create in the data table. Okay. So first save it, Alt Shift F, indentation purpose, done. Now here within the div tag, look and feel purpose already Bootstrap is installed. So that's the reason I'm going to providing here class name. Class name I'm going to providing. That class name is what? Container. Within this, I need to provide div. Okay, this div level I'm going to using within this div container itself. We can able to provide much more decoration is not required. Why? Because make it as a simple. Your people need to understand data table how to use. That's the target. Okay. So that's the reason I'm going to providing here data table. See where it is available data table. React data table component. This is the library already installed, right? So that is the reason I'm choosing that one and close this one. Within that, I need to provide columns. What are the columns? Columns is already defined, right? What is the name I'm using? Columns. These are the columns. So that's why I'm going to providing that one. After that, I need to provide what? Data. What are the data? Data is also data only we are going to provide it, right? Where we are defined, see this one. This is the one, right? This is the data. By default array, we are going to provide. So that one only I am going to using here. Okay. So up to this, what happened? We need to check. Okay. Alt Shift F, Control S, save. So if I want to check this one, what I need to do? I need to go to the app.js. So I don't want to see this logo. Remove this logo. Okay. Remove this logo and delete this header part. Within that, I need to call the product component. Okay. So this is the way we need to use, and go to your command prompt and give npm start. So first you need to understand whether it is working fine or not. Okay. That's the reason I'm started. Meanwhile, I'm going to complete these steps also. Okay. So this component, the product component is already created. After that, step number 7. Why I'm not copied by, I'm not at all copying. Why reason is some more attributes in the data table level we are going to adding. So once full-fledged data table functionality is over, I will copy paste for your reference. Okay. So here step number 7, call product component into root component. What is the root component? App.js, right? So app.js level I'm going to calling. So once it is done, step number 8, run the application. So that command prompt level data table -app, here I need to use npm start. Okay. So this is the way I'm explaining step by step. I'm showing the functionality, right? So once it is working fine, you can get the how it is going to work in the data table. You can get the clarity. So not only for concept, we are going to give internship. This internship level, you people are going to see real-time environment. So how projects are, people are going to developing, how agile methodologies, scrum meetings, how people are going to using, you people are getting the more clarity, right? So if you want to get hands-on experience, nowadays what the people are doing now, after finishing that's BTech or MTech or MCA, people are going to asking 10 lakhs package. Without you people are not at all having any kind of hands-on experience, how you people are going to expecting much more package? So that's the reason if you want to get more hands-on experience like this kind of applications, this is a small application. But if you want to get a full-fledged project end to end, if you want to see, best option is internship. That is provided the coding tutor. If you want to get more details, please contact coding tutor. Okay. So this is the way we are going to explaining each and everything. If anyone is really interested, if you want these kind of steps, please contact coding tutor. We will provide these kind of things free of cost. Okay. So please go through that one. Try to practice and learn the subject. Okay. So what happened? How many steps are completed? You're already given the npm start. That's the reason it is started the server. Whenever it is started the server, what happened? It is opening the browser. Automatically, it is going to give the local host. Port number is 3000. We are already explained previous videos level also. Whenever you are using the npm start, it check the node underscore modules libraries are available or not. It is checking, verifying. Once it is bootstrap libraries are available, then it is going to create the React server with port number 3000. Okay. If you want to get a different kind of port number, you can specify the port number also. Okay. So in this particular application level, we are not at all giving any port number. In the coming sessions, we are going to using JSON server level, different kind of port number. That is the cases level -p, and we are going to providing one port number also. So this is the way we are going to give whatever the port number you want, you can give it, right? So in this particular application, we are going to focus in 3000. So once it is running perfectly, you can able to see here data table. So that data table level, we are going to see column headings and rows. We are able to see, that's it. But we need to add some more kind of functionalities. Once it is going to running perfectly, we will see that one. So until you need to stay and go through the these kind of steps meanwhile, so that you can get the more clarity. Okay. So these are the very useful whenever you are going to using dashboards, right? The dashboard, whenever it is loading immediately, if you want to display products, or if you want to display orders, so those kind of information, if you want to display, that is the cases level. This is a very useful data table is useful. Okay. So once here URL is displayed, there is a two types of URL it is going to display. One is what? Local. Another one is within this network level, one more URL. So local is in our system level, you can able to check. In our laptop level, you can able to check. Or as if you want to see any network level, entire network level, you can able to use another kind of URL. But here set data is I'm not at all using. That's the reason it is not showing. But how it is going to display? See, this is the way it is going to display. Okay. See, if you want to sort name based sorting or not, see column. How it is possible this one? Because we are going to using here product level, we are going to using sortable true, right? Sortable true. Here some more kind of attributes also I'm going to using. What is that one? I want to see here checkboxes also. Okay. If you want to see the checkboxes, here we need to use selectable rows. Selectable rows. If I'm going to providing like this, that attribute, you can able to see checkboxes here. You can able to see, right? So this kind of checkboxes purpose, we are going to using this selectable rows attribute. Now I want to add here pagination. I want to see only three rows only I want to see. Okay. First of all, pagination, how to add. We need to add here readability purpose. I'm going to split this one here. Next line, so that readability, what kind of attributes I'm used here, you can able to see perfectly. So next one is how to use pagination. How to use pagination. So that is the purpose. One more attribute I'm going to adding here. What is that one? Pagination. Whenever I'm going to specify the pagination, you can get the pagination. See this one here, number of 10 records it is showing, right? I'm going to refreshing and I see here 10 records, right? So I want to see only 3 or 4 or specific number of rows only. I want to see that one. Then I'm going to using pagination per page, like that you can able to specify here. Here another kind of row level, pagination per page. How many you want? 3, for example. So 3 only it is going to display. I'm going to refresh this one. See, 1, 2, 3. Right? If you want to more records, 10 records, then you can able to use, or else you can say you can change this one. It is going to display records. So by default, 3 records only. If you want to see, you can able to specify like this. Suppose if you want to give one input box filter purpose, filter logic we will see later, just designing purpose. Here some more attributes, what kind of attributes are available you need to understand. That is the purpose. What I'm doing now, I'm going to adding here subheader. I'm going to providing subheader. That subheader is where it is required, right side or left side. So that is the purpose. Subheader align. I'm going to specify the right. So that subheader, what is required? What it is required? I'm going to using one component. Input box is one component I need to use. So that is the purpose. Subheader component equal to, open the floor bracket. Inside, I'm going to using here input. I'm going to specify input and close this input tag. Within that, I'm going to specify here type equal to text. Type equal to text. After that, I'm going to using place folder. I'm going to using place folder. For example, search by name. Search by name. If I'm going to providing like this, what happened? You can able to see here, right? One right side top, you can able to see one box, right? That is the way you can able to use. But on change event, I need to use, I need to provide filter kind of data. So that filter data, that array level, we need to update. That logic we will see later. First up to this, you need to understand how I'm going to using the sorting based on the columns, how I'm going to provide the selected rows, how I'm going to provide the pagination, how we need to add any kind of component. For example, if I want to see here buttons, okay, if I want to see columns is a heading is action is required, and I need to see some kind of buttons, edit, view, delete. So that kind of buttons, if you want to see how to attach. So that part we are going to see, only designing part I'm going to explaining, so that you can get the idea how to implement. Okay, so I'm going to the again columns. Go to the columns. These are the columns, right? Here last one is, I'm going to provide the name colon quotations level actions. I need to provide here actions. This actions level, I want to see buttons, right? So if I want to add the buttons here, what is the another one is, I need to provide cell. I'm going to providing here cell. After that, row array type of function, I'm going to using cell or a row. I'm going to providing flower bracket. Within that, I'm going to using the buttons. Within that, I'm going to using the buttons. That buttons is I want to see a one row. So that's the reason I'm going to using the div tag. This div tag level, I'm going to provide the class name equal to d-flex. I'm going to using, and gap, one button to another kind of button, gap is 2. That is the way I need to provide. Here I need to use the button. That button is edit button. Okay. Another kind of button I need to provide. This is what view, and I need to provide here another kind of button. That button is delete. So whenever I'm going to adding like this, you can able to see here Where is this one? We are not at all getting, only heading only. So we need to provide these buttons how to render. We need to provide how to render also. We need to specify. We are going to give the column level, but that column level data I need to get and I need to show, right? So that is the purpose. That is the purpose. Here we are going to specify the column and we are going to specify the data, selectable rows, page nation per page, subheader, all these kind of things we are going to specify, right? But we need to see here buttons, right? So how to see this one? I need to go to the my code, go to the VS Code and save it. We are going to providing here cell we are going to using. That cell we are going to specify and actions also we need to get here, right? So data table level input is okay, fine. So just I'm going to reload this one more time. So whenever I'm going to reload, here I want to see the buttons, right? So what I need to do now, first I'm going to stop this one and again I'm going to run this one. Okay. I'm going to run one more time. Just same application, we are going to run this one. So up to this, you people try to practice so that you can able to understand how to get the all sorting, how to do, right? And how to provide sorting, selection and pagination, these kind of things. And we will see another video level. Why? Because video length is increasing, so that's the reason how to provide the buttons, each and every button method. Method means some function, right? Edit product, view product, delete product, and we need to provide here event also, on change event kind of thing also we are going to providing. So once you are going to implement full-fledged functionality, you can able to get the more kind of thing, more clarity you can able to get that one. Okay. So placeholder only I'm going to specify, and class name also, if you want to see some look and feel purpose, you can able to give here some other kind of name, class name. Here I'm going to provide a class name equal to, we need to use here form hyphen control, and if you want to give any style, you can provide the style equal to style level, that input box width. I need to provide width. I need to provide a width. Width is, for example, colon. I'm going to using here within the quotation 200 pixels. I'm going to define, and we need to provide some value on such kind of things. We need to provide, that is we will see later. And even here also we need to provide some kind of class name I need to use, so this class name is I need to provide here btn space btn hyphen primary I'm going to define. So that is the button kind of name I'm going to using that one. Once it is done on click level, we are going to using some row value, whatever the row ID is there, that one we can able to pass. I'm not providing entire functionality, just designing how to add the custom buttons. You need to understand, that's it. Okay. So btn space btn hyphen, this is, we can say, warning I'm going to providing, and I need to provide here what, the class name equal to btn space btn hyphen danger. I am going to providing this one. So this is the way bootstrap classes we are going to provide it. So those things we need to render, that is how to do that one. Okay. how we are going to providing, we need to see, and the sortable we are going to observe. Only name actions we are going to provide, the cell we are going to define, and div tag inside buttons we are going to provide it. That's it. We will see these buttons, how to display, and how to provide the each and every button functionality, and how to provide this search box, right? Filter, how to provide that one. We will see another kind of video. Until everyone is just go through these steps and practice. Okay. See you another video remaining functionality. If you want to get more information regarding internship, please contact Coding Tutor. Until bye bye.